Пум-пум. Оу, yeah. Здравствуйте, здравствуйте, мои дорогие. Доброго всем вечера. Вечера воскресенья. Это традиционное наше время, когда у нас стрим. Вот сколько лет уже прошло, а воскресенье вечер для нас это самое такое ценное, самое важное время. Возвращаемся на просторы замечательного города Ревашоль, игры диска Elysium, и помогаем нашему дорогому другу Гарри. Да, его зовут Гарри. Мы только вчера об этом узнали. Вот. Все-таки расследовать это загадочное дело с убийством. Кстати, день уже у нас, ну, конечно, не подошел к концу, но подходит. Уже 5 вечера, в конце концов. Что у нас за задача? В принципе, мы обшарили все вокруг, что можно было обшарить. Может быть, есть еще что-то, и я это просто упустил. Но... Нам. Пока вот что имеем, то имеем. Почем, кстати, у вас стоит...
Welcome to Frit. Feel free to look around or something. Everything is out on the shelves.
What's that magazine she's reading?
You mean this?
Oh.
This is Pop Stars. It's got, like, famous people in it. It's not for sale.
Looks like it also has something called Police de la Mode, featured on page 34. This speaks to you.
Довольно футуристично. Не важно, а что это за полиция моды?
It's where they rate different outfits famous people wear. It's kind of funny. They're kind of mean. It's about who's the most stylish.
Number one. Это... Подобная фраза меня отсылает вот к Стиву Бушеми, который How do you do, fellow kids?
Benita. She's a model. Usually it's a model. Or a singer-songwriter. Or a model.
We are not the fashion police. We're the real police.
Извини, Ким, ну, увлекся.
Okay. I'm not really supposed to be chatting to anyone, but...
Я не кто-то, я...
A warehouse. I don't know. Maybe. I don't really care what Frit does.
She scrunches up her face into an expression of consummate adolescent.
Fine. Frit doesn't have a warehouse. Just a little back room here. Okay?
Okay. Извините.
I don't really know anything. I mean, I know it's there, but I haven't seen it, so... I don't know, really long. Not really. No. I didn't know him at all.
Этот молодежный сленг, в нем никогда не разберешься по полностью.
No need to worry. It's just standard procedure for us to ask around. If you hear anything, let us know, okay?
Okay.
Окей. Да, кстати, я опять кое-что забыл сделать. Сейчас я сделаю, секундочку. Вот люблю такие игры, когда переключаешься из окна в окно, у тебя звуковая дорожка не прекращает идти. Вот. В отличие от того же Death's Door, когда окно теряет фокус, все сразу, тишина полная. Ладно, спасибо за помощь.
Reality? You mean, what reality?
She is like a student unexpectedly called upon by a teacher. Can she answer the class?
I don't really know anything. I mean, I'm 15.
Оу. Отличный возраст, чтобы начать интересоваться экономической реальностью. А что насчет физической?
What about it? —
М,
Our government? Or
Коалиция.
do you mean something else? Sorry, I really need to finish this article.
Кстати, вот в прошлый раз очень много нам тот старик на пляжике рассказал об текущей политической обстановке в Ревашоле. И я как-то даже не удосужился это дело уложить в голове, чтобы немножко структурировать полученные данные. То есть получается, что долгое время в Ревашоле, ну, видимо, в Ревашоле, была монархия классическая. И последний, кто там был? Филипп III, это, я так понимаю, совсем давнишний король. Последний, ну, короче, там имя называли. Героем, или кто там, или он наследник, короче. Был королем. При нем началась революция. При этом революция, я так понимаю, прошла весьма успешно для... Это звезда диска, да? Почему бы ему не быть королем диска? А король... ну это этот Филипп III, или как-то там его имя такое зовут. Вот. Началась революция. Революционеры, получается, захватили власть, как минимум, ну да, понимаю, в Ревашоле. И своими силами, получается, государство не могло справиться с революционерами. Пришла помощь со стороны других стран или другой страны рядом стоящей, которая, так сказать, объединилась и, ну, вместе с войсками Ревашоля и подавила восстание. Вот. Но как следствие, сам Ревашоль потерял некую независимость, потому что все говорят, что вот коалиция как... Оу, 5 очков опыта. Идеально. А за что? Здесь написано 0 очков опыта. Кому верить-то? Ладно, хер с ним. Что у нас здесь? Сишки?
A colourful display of cigarettes and alcohol bottles line the shop wall. The bottles wink at you in the light. The smokes too glitter in their wrapping. It's like looking into a kind of heaven. Your need there, in that dark green glass. All in vain. The great flowing river of warmth, wine, alcohol.
Просто любоваться.
Alcohol. Love. Alcohol.
Guess not, no.
Good thing you're an unrecovering alcoholic.
I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health. But
Don't ask. Don't look.
Кажется, вы так в курсе,
Don't
да?
do anything here. Just go away. Get back. Know this. You will never finish your alcohol.
Вот, собственно
quest
говоря, можно
if
себе
you don't
что-то...
buy beautiful alcohol.
То есть тут можно прям накупить себе бухла, во-первых. Причем можно как... Ну, красный командор, кстати, у меня есть одна бутылка. Выудил где-то. Водка, выдержанная в серости. Господи, что за жуть. Поднимает физиологию. А визуально бутылка, я вообще не знаю, что это такое. Какая-то надутая утка какая-то. Что это вообще? Это бутылка такая странная. Пиво. Пильснер крепкая. Эх, я бы сейчас пиво бахнул. Вот, но Гарри не советую, конечно, он слишком... Да и сигареты, наверное, нет. Особые препараты. Можно попытаться выудить у нее информацию о наркотиках. Ей 15 лет, Гарри. Ладно, не буду я интересоваться. Алкоголь не для нас. Точно.
You see several packaged raincoats.
Дождевики. Подожди, дождевики я, по-моему, смотрел. Да.
The raincoats are transparent, except for the big fritta slogan on the back.
Стойкость, слушай. То есть за 4 реала я могу себе повысить стойкость. А мне надо стойкость. Я не знаю, каким образом мне дождевик поможет, чтобы не блевать. Да, мне нужен дождевик, чтобы не блевать. Очевидно. Прекрасно. Слушайте, ну за 3 реала, за 4, ладно, за 4 реала купить дождевик, который поможет мне не блевать. Я хочу. Отлично, теперь у меня есть дождевик. Так, кстати, куда его надевать? Ага, он вместо пиджака идет. Ну, окей, я не в полицейского. Дождевичок. Я даже не очень херово в нем выгляжу. Галстук, как бы, конечно, смотрится с ним очень странно, но а так, в целом, даже. Так, и теперь мы, офигеть, копать. У нас стойкость 4. Сейчас. Я стоек, да. Я сейчас хочу посмотреть, сколько стоит здесь. А, во. Здесь ничем не
Just
тронуто.
ask me if you need anything from Saint Baptiste. We don't stock prescription meds, but we do have Nosafed, Duramine, Magnesium, and Hypnogamma.
Назофет, друамин, магний и гипнограмма. За 90 центимов можно купить назофет. Так, друамин. Ух, нифига себе, серьезная пушка. Магний. Вот магния, кстати, возможно, мне бы и стоило прикупить. Промовш. Что такое промовш? Промоушен? Чего? В смысле, продвижение? Ты какими-то слишком умными словами со мной общаешься. Да, я ткнул. Конечно. Так, и гипнограмма. А, ну это понятно, это как бы... Есть,
Yeah,
почем
there's
спирт?
like an ampule somewhere.
И где он? Я пытаюсь цену понять. Так не, я и не трачусь. А что, я купил нашатырный спирт, что ли? Не, я не собираюсь все это покупать. Я просто хотел узнать, почем наша... Дождевичок, ты чё? Дождевичок это need, это must have.
Saint Baptiste, you know, the Saint Baptiste Pharmaceuticals, the one that sells meds out of Saint Baptiste, that one.
She is right. Saint Baptiste, the company, derives its name from Saint Baptiste, the city. Itself so named because that's what it is.
Короче, понятно. Судя по всему, мне не дадут купить нашатырный спирт, пока у меня есть свой. Иначе я объяснить не могу. Почему мне не дали? Ну, слушайте, если она 1 реал стоит у меня в инвентаре, то, скорее всего, в магазе она пара реалов будет стоить, не меньше. Я не собираюсь пока покупать. Я просто хотел узнать его цену, чтобы, ну, примерно ориентироваться. Насколько критична промашка? Ну, попробуем сейчас еще раз. Вот. Кстати, следы случаем нельзя еще помацать? Не, недоступно. Ну ладно. Я не очень-то и надеялся. Итак, на мне дождевик, чтобы не блевать. Стойкость 4. 28% не блевануть. Это ж какая должна быть стойкость-то, чтобы это все выдержать? Я, конечно, понимаю, что труп висел, сколько там? 8 дней практически. Так, я сохранился, я что-то не припомню. Еще раз. Быстрое сохранение. Ну давай. Нет. — 28% это хотя бы что-то. Поначалу было вообще всего 8. Падла. Я буду еще, видимо, много раз слышать это. Да я думал, может тогда пока отвлечься, пойти к книжной женщине и поспрашать насчет задника. Не, прям не хотит. Ой, вообще фигово кинул. 2,3.
You crack open the ammonia ampoule and breathe in.
6,5.
The odor of death is still stronger.
Сука,
It's the spell
6,5.
of the
Еле
mind
как.
telling you to run, and your stomach to rip itself empty. With your eyes squinting, you stand in it.
Высокий пар. Ну да, блин, 6,5 кинуть. Ой, ну, кинул. Там с 5-й попытки. Все-таки кинул. Подойти ближе, я так
The
понимаю.
man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enamel boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders.
Это татухи.
The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch above appears industrial in strength. The material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably
Понял,
for
хорошо,
padding.
ладно.
A fine array of interlocking plates covers them. Delicate and fragile, they feel alien to the world around you, out of place somehow. These are clearly not boots. They're armor, possibly part of a larger set.
Ну да.
The cadaver slowly twists.
Так, ладно, окей. Сохранюсь, хорошо. В
The man
принципе...
before you is naked. The material delicate.
Так, с
These are
ботинками
clearly
все
not
понятно.
boots.
Это не просто ботинки,
They're
да?
armor.
Это часть брони.
Indeed. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots.
Батоны.
Ceramic plate. Zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is where the make would be. Under the heel. Fair weather. Fair weather model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff.
Угу.
It is. It's expensive. We've requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. The constabularies deemed it too costly. In that time, we've lost 6 men to semi-automatics. For a full set, about 4 years of wages.
For the
Нифига себе.
northwest region of Revachol, an officer's average yearly income is 5,500 real, unadjusted for rank.
Стянуть сапоги, попытаться их продать. Ну, кстати, почему бы и нет?
As a wage, it's regrettably small. But for a piece of hardware, yes, that's a lot. Piece by piece, he's been out here for 7 days. It would be odd if they didn't. We should keep a lookout for these pieces. The armor could yield information. This is one thing he might actually know.
If you wear those pieces, it will help me protect your mortal coil.
No, I think he had something precious underneath the clothes. They had to remove the jeans and shirts we found to get to it. And this kind of armor is often worn under fabrics.
Угу.
Nice. That makes sense.
They usually hang them completely naked for that. La puta madre, the Mazda, the Besmerties and the like. This one still has his underpants.
Fucking talking about underpants.
Clearly, Kuno would like to interject something here, but there's not enough for him to hold on to.
Да, действительно, вкинул. Молодец, Куна. Он определенно душа компании. Такими весело и интересно проводить время. Так.
That's for us to find out. My initial report on the area suggests he was a security guard for the harbor company, but that's just hearsay. I agree. This equipment is way beyond what a guard can afford.
A small bell-like sound fills the air. like tapping on the pry bar in your hand is itching for some action.
It's anything but. This material is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads kinetic energy horizontally, from plate to plate, dissipating it entirely. See?
Faint, organic lines cover the plates where they separate into smaller ones. These plates then divide into smaller plates, and like whirls of floorboards. The design looks organic, influenced by highly resistant wood materials, like lignum vitae and ebony perhaps. If trees were made of porcelain, this is what their cross-sections would look like. The smooth, glossy surface fractures into ever more intricate interconnections, peaking on the right sabaton, where you know the whirls are in the shape of a letter and number combination E50, 100, 1000.
Good. Can you read it to me? We have a make and a number. That's something. We can use the radio in my kinema when we're done. Either station can chase it for us.
Я что-то нашел! Ура! Я полезный! Я что-то делаю хорошо! Ура! Надо ли
The
тянуть за
stench
ботинок?
fills your nostrils. As you push downward,
Stop! Pig's gonna pull his head off.
Brutal! What's wrong with you, asshole? Why is he letting...
I don't know, baby. I don't know why he's such a...
Officer, if I may ask, what were you trying to achieve by putting on the deceased foot?
Я просто... Я не
the
знаю.
cadaver slowly
Извините.
twists on the cargo belt. His torso covered in tattoos and extremities.
Ремень. А, ну давай
The
ремень
hangman's
осмотрим.
knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cuts into his neck. Above, a sliding buckle ties the belt to the branch. This is a steel-reinforced cargo lashing belt, big brother of the regular cargo belt. It's used for tying cargo under six-rotor airships.
Это, получается, слишком укрепленный ремень. Чересчур.
Oh my, there's something on the belt. A familiar word that speaks to the thirst within you.
Какое
Vermilion,
слово?
in yellow letters, along the length of the twisting cargo belt. Only a deep longing for vermilion golden spirits lets you decipher the fading logo of the local brewery.
Extremely.
Грузов на воздушных
Airlifting.
судах.
I thought it was used on lorries for strapping cargo to them.
Армированная версия для перевозок, об этом говорит. Воздушное судно. Я даже не знаю, что такое
The
воздушное
local
судно.
harbor uses 6 rotors to shuffle containers around. I get the sense they use whatever was on hand without paying much attention to not incriminating themselves.
На дереве хромота.
I was afraid it would be. Thin steel wiring, parallel strands. This makes getting him down more problematic than I had assumed. A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around. That ladder can't carry a grown man. I didn't see any splintering either, did you? I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt to close the buckle.
Угу.
Could be. The shape of the branch supports the theory.
То есть, стоя снизу, закинули, подтянули, повешали.
I'm still approaching this as a lynching, yes. Motivated by the ongoing strike. You?
Это другое.
70% of the cases I get are just filling in the blanks on the initial report. This belt worries me.
The cadaver hangs from the cargo belt. Limp
Так, ну
and
давай
intricate
татуировки
web of
посмотрим.
blue line stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart.
A map of the stars. I do see some similarity to astronomical charts. Great century Messinian, maybe. But this seems more particular.
As if someone left out most of the night sky, filtering it through personal choice. The principle of this filter remains unknown to you. The thought dissipates, and you feel as though you were only half right.
So am I.
He wears a wide leather belt around his waist and a gun holster under his arm.
Зачем он расстегнул свою куртку? Что он собирается делать?
He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears. Some sort of camera.
A Trigger Sunshine. Mini.
Triggered is the world's leading manufacturer of intercommunication devices, primarily projectors. The camera before
Shit, Kuno! What the fuck is that?
An instant color camera. I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
a sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper, rolling out.
In case we need it. Yes, it is pretty cool, isn't it? It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter, to us. Someone should decipher it. We'll need to show it around.
Угу. Ты молодец, Ким, слушай, хорошая мысль.
Here, a souvenir. Don't lose it.
The glossy
Сделаю
eyed
всё
corpse
возможное.
looks by, his mouth mute and his skin as colorful as the... As you narrow your eyes, the monster before you blurs into a violent mess. This is a trick. You've done it before. Pink is where the blood settled in the first hours post-mortem. You can use it to see if the corpse has been tampered with. Does his position at the time of death match the discoloration? Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and his neck, just above the noose. The rest of the corpse appears dark green in the cold
I see it. His neck too. The lividity goes right up his chin. We have good, well-pronounced discoloration here.
The monster comes back into focus, an explosion of color, coursing with dark marbled veins. His stomach appears pregnant with something. Black liquid.
So, what do you think?
Я думаю, что он труп. Здорово, Володя! Здорово!
Agreed, especially on the neck. The belt acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis supports her hanging. Yes, there's always a chance we are wrong. We should check for ligament marks on his neck to see if they're in tune with the belt. We'll have to get him down first.
A pool of blood and feces has eaten into the frozen mud below the man's feet. Purge liquid is dripping into it, drop by drop.
The victim appears to have contained no more than half a kilogram of digestion at the time of death.
The fuck he's saying?
Talking about shit.
'Shit! 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 'Sh
Да, черт возьми. Ой, просто типа заколебали. Сколько можно?
Maybe. I do. Most of them are post-mortem. Maybe even all of them. The delinquents have made our jobs harder with their little sport.
Stop talking in riddles, coin slot.
It means you fucked him up good, Kuno. Fucked him up brutal like.
But there is no breath to catch. Only the cadaver filling the air.
Давай
and
посмотрим
his
в
eyes
глаза.
are milky white and blind to the world, protruding comically from their sockets.
Здорово,
There
друже.
is no one
Здорово.
home, just
Рад тебя видеть.
aquatic terrors there. Dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode from the organic processes inside. The death's head grin has passed. What remains is an unrecognizable mess.
— 42%. Я
The
передумал
corpse
пока.
looks right through you.
Сохранимся. Автосохранение сработало. Как дела, говоришь? Дела замечательно, вполне. Воскресенье всегда... В воскресенье у меня всегда хорошо дела. Как и в любой другой выходной. Что суббота, что воскресенье, всегда дела. Вот так вот. Спасибо, что спросил. А у
The
тебя
man
как?
before you is naked, but for a pair of
Давайте
underpants
кинем.
and white. The lips of the corpse are swollen preposterously. They are also side.
Who is he? He is male, 40 to 50, with an athletic build.
Но это белая проверка. То есть, типа, я как-нибудь смогу к ней вернуться.
The man before
Как мы тебя
you is
сымать будем?
naked, but
Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once it's done.
the cadaver slowly twists on the cup.
Ладно, хорошо, попробую еще раз кидануть. Как-то
The
это...
man before you is naked,
42%
the lips of
это
the corpse
очень несправедливо. На мой взгляд, что так часто промахивается.
The man before you is naked.
Наконец-то. Твою мать, повешенный. Я не думал, что он будет разговаривать. И противный, скучный, вонючий. Да, действительно.
I'm a joke. Look at me. There is nothing funny about jokes either. A killer, a motherfucker, and a killer. Go ahead, Gobbo. Into the wild pale yonder. In the past, way out in the west. What do you mean? It's the power of your imagination. Ask me more questions. Because you're a copperoonie. Look at all of them go. Do you want
Dumb.
more questions? Here you go, you loony. Fuck no. You're no Rooney. Between you and me, your name is probably Harry.
Труп сказал мне, как меня зовут. Если бы я в прошлый раз не откупорил секретное отделение в записной книжке, которую я нашел в мусорке, то я бы сейчас бы не знал, что я Гарри. Наверное. Ну, по факту я не с трупом разговариваю, а с самим собой, да, поэтому это понятное дело, что просто воспоминание всплыло, так сказать, как остатки жизнедеятельности собак по весне. Вот, поэтому, да, я и вспомнил. Ну, я Гарри, хорошо. Я отказываюсь быть Гарри.
You can be anything you want, brother Corpo. Because you have.
Ладно.
Do I remind you of
A child born with Muller's disease, harlequinism, grown up miraculously.
You sure wriggled out of that one, Coppellini? Come back later, Corpo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible, also, see me in your dreams.
Прикольно, я с трупом поговорил.
Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might... The steel-reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle of approach to the belt.
He doesn't actually think the challenge is unique. He thinks it's frustrating, annoying, and harder than he
The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting the airship strength material.
Да, я видел, что у меня level. Надо посмотреть, какие там проверки мне надо сделать. Действительно важные. Прыгнуть за плащом. А, да, кстати, да. Почему бы нет? Плащ штука полезная.
Climb up there and saw the branch? There has to be a less risky way, with less falling down of trees.
Yeah! Bang bang time, pig! Shoot his head off!
How?
Where the buckle ties the rope to the branch. That's a good spot to aim.
Where? Ah, yes, I see. If the shot hits that, there might be a chance to release the belt.
Yeah, now we're talking. Entertain a Kuno with some shit.
They'll miss! The pigs will miss Kuno!
Вообще, стрелять как-то...
What else can we do?
Вот...
I was really hoping we wouldn't. The Union appeared to be suspect in this case. It seems like a dangerous route to go down.
I would really prefer if there was another way. These people might have an agenda.
А, то есть реально можно попытаться найти кого-нибудь, кто нам поможет.
But what other options? The corpse twists on the belt, like chicken on a skewer.
Someone else? You mean like the police? Someone like a paid garbage man? Or a cleaning crew? I have bad news for you. That is a detective. I know it's hard, but I assure you, the others won't come to help us. And we have a growing sanitary concern here. We need to get him down, fast.
Ясно, понял.
He breathes out.
Oh yeah, do this shit! Fuck it up!
Silence. With his elbow sharp, and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks. That's a Kiel A9090 Armistice, mass-produced muzzle loader, ascetic, frugal, one of the most common firearms in the world. He then steps back and assumes the fellow's desk position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches. His finger is on the trigger.
Лучше не мешать.
He's gonna fucking miss!
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements. A cloud of smoke slowly.
God damn it.
Fucking idiot! Mukabat asshole!
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he? Kuno's sorry too. Kuno feels sorry for the Beano.
The lieutenant doesn't say a word, just looks at the gun in his hand.
No, we are lucky as it is. We didn't break anything, and the victim remains uncompromised.
То есть Ким Кицураги получается не то чтобы профессиональный стрелок. Я бы, конечно, с большим удовольствием бы предложил ему свои услуги в качестве стреляла. Но, блин, я что-то не уверен, что с дикого похмела я смогу вообще попасть.
Any more mistakes could put us in an unfortunate position with the locals. We have eyes.
Да я догадываюсь, что там проверка.
I didn't do us any favors with that. I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down without assistance. It's bad as it is. Us shooting firearms like punks. Go ahead. I'm not stopping you. Just don't lose it.
Ты, блин, ну не дави на больной, я тебя прошу.
They only have one.
This is the sorriest pair of pigs.
Yeah, take it, you fucking banana poika. Take it and shoot yourself in the mouth.
The cold piece of bakelite and gunmetal is surprisingly light. Your fingers fit right through the guard, instinctively resting.
The fuck are you waiting for, Kuno? Tell him to shoot himself in the mouth.
The buckle comes into focus in your sights. You stand with your feet planted firmly in the ground and your left hand supporting your gun.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least you won't miss.
I agree. Enough gunslinging for today. I suggest we go to the harbor and ask the leader of the Union to help us with the body. I would have preferred us not to owe the Union anything, but we clearly cannot do this ourselves.
Не хочу рисковать. Хрен с ним, с этим телом. Попробую через помощь. Зря, да? Не, я хочу забежать в профсоюз еще. А чё закрыто-то, мать твою? 6 же часов обещали. Кого в 4? Есть. А, да, у меня же level up, мать твою. Так, если level up, то погнали пытаться... Почему не попробовать? Хорошо.
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of
я больше не могу.
boots. His skin is marbled.
Увы. Не, ну можно загрузиться. Ну, конечно, совсем заранее. И попробовать еще раз. Ладно, попробуй. Попробуй шмальнуть.
The man before you is naked, but for the lips of the court.
Ах да, надо сейчас сначала будет добиться успеха. Броски кубиков тут, конечно, это просто ад вонючий, да. Да-да-да-да-да-да.
There is a kid. Go ahead. What do you? It's the you. Go ahead. Because you're a cop. You're lost, Copo. Do I remember?
A child born with more.
You sure I got out of that? Come back later, Copo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and.
Так, все мы пробросили. Делаем быстрое сохранение и давай снимать. Да.
He doesn't.
The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the bed without...
Yeah!
How?
where the buckle ties the rope to the branch. That
Where?
Вон там.
Yeah.
They'll miss. The pigs will miss, Kuno.
the lieutenant's brow is furrowed. He appears too deep in concentration to even notice what you said.
Угу. Ну ладно, хорошо.
Silence, and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5
Я так
taps.
понимаю, он
Then
должен был
he then
промахнуться.
steps back and assumes the fellow's death's position, taking aim.
He's gonna fuck.
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes.
God damn it.
Что за проблема
Kuno
у
could have
Кима?
hit it easy, but then Kuno's.
The lieutenant doesn't say a word, just looks at the.
No, any more mistake. I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down without assist. It's bad as it is. Go ahead.
This is the sod.
Yeah, take it, you fucking banana poiker.
The cold,
The fuck are you waiting for, Kuno?
the buckle comes.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At
Ну,
least you
ругаться
won't miss.
с этой дурочкой смысла нету. Закроем
Your
левый глаз.
field of view narrows. The branch slowly moves, becoming entirely two-dimensional. The slow movement of the branch in the wind, and your shoulders directing the gun sink up.
Look, he's crying.
Во-во-во-во-во-во!
Cry now.
42.
Fucking
42% шансы есть. Шансы есть. Да пошло оно! Я еще и в него
Full of
попал.
smoke erupts from the barrel. Your hand
Да в
goes
смысле
numb
две
from the
тройки?
explosion. You missed the belt, but hit the corpse straight in the chest. Bits of
Oh my god, he's gonna fucking cry. I knew.
Эти еще говнят,
The man before
заразы
Are
такие.
you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver?
Да-да-да-да, я сейчас
We
еще
might-
раз.
he does
The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters.
Отстрелить.
How?
where the buckle ties the rope to the
Вот
branch.
тут.
Where?
Yeah.
They'll miss. The pigs will miss, Kuno.
Silent
Там
and produces
решаем.
a lightweight firearm.
Давай, давай,
He
давай, давай,
drops
давай.
a paper cartridge
42%
in the
это
barrel,
довольно большой,
separates the
большая
scouring
вероятность
stick,
попадания.
and gives the cartridge 5
Если бы
taps.
хотя бы одна бы выпала бы на пятерочку где-то, или на
He
шестерочку,
then
тогда бы
steps
успех
back
был бы.
and assumes the fellow's
Но вот
death's
увы.
position, taking aim. The corner of his eye
Ну реально,
touches.
за полицейские.
His finger is
Тут
on the
максимум
trigger.
метра 3 дальность. Ну, за 3 метра попасть, ну блин, мне кажется, даже я.
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes.
God damn it.
Мне даже просто хочется попасть банально для того, чтобы заткнуть эту долбаную девочку в шапке.
Kuno could have hit it easy, but Kuno.
The lieutenant
I have to say, it's beginning to look... It's bad. Go ahead.
This is the.
Yeah, take it, you fucking banana.
the cold,
The fuck are you waiting for?
the buckle.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your...
You'll feel the slow.
Look, he's crying. You gonna
Зелёный.
cry now,
Есть.
fucking faggot.
The buckle explodes into.
Я же говорю, пятерку. Пятерку выкинуть, и все сразу бы случилось.
With your hand numb from the recoil, you look at the body slump down. For a moment, the man appeared looking straight at you, helpless, trapped within itself.
Communism.
It takes a millisecond for the association to flash within your cortex. You have no idea where it's coming from. Only that it's. Then the rigor in his muscles gives up, and he smashes sideways into the spring mud, letting out a horrid stench.
Как тебе такое, засранка?
Ace is high.
The ace is high, a custom invented by the aerostatic.
Дай-ка угадаю, можно просто
during the revolution, is used to celebrate success
Сука.
in revolution.
Блин, я
Especially in
обожаю
sports.
это, господи.
The gesture is
Здесь
spread
реально
across the
можно
world,
отыгрывать
despite the
что
defeat of the
угодно.
revolutionaries
Кого... Да, конечно,
themselves.
ударить лучше. Команд, появившийся во время революции. Причем на нем пилотная куртка, он как-то, ну... В этот жест широко распространен на все. Только не промаз. Че, я не попал?
The lieutenant takes
Или
a
попал?
little hop To perform the customary salutation, your palm
Не,
hurts
попал,
from the
попал.
slap.
Это просто
It's
звука вот этого
precise
не было.
and down to the point.
Я такой, черт тебя дери.
I knew these guys were.
Явное одобрение. Ты одобряешь, брат? Спасибо. Я бы, честно, гордо заявил бы. Да, мы стреляем по трупам.
We will perform a field autopsy and determine the cause of death. But before... Excuse me.
Slumped on the ground like that has not improved the way the corpse smells. The fall seems to have released something deep inside.
It looks like I feel like taking a break from the stench. I'm sorry to interrupt the jubilations here. Just a little breather before we do the autopsy. In the meantime, we should try to interview Evrard Clare, the leader of the Union. Harbor property was clearly used in the hanging. The harbor just east of here. Getting in might prove a challenge, though. I would also suggest we interview Joyce, the Wild Pines representative. But we've already done that, so good for us. One down, one to go. Yes. And those were the interviewees. Let's go.
А, типа, прежде чем мы проведем целых 2 очка. Ну, я пока никуда их распределять не буду. Я сначала отправлюсь забирать свой полицейский плащ. Да, кстати, надо сохраниться. Так, там, значит, ловкость, по-моему, идет, да, в ходу. Провести вскрытие. Прикольно. Татуировки жертвы. Надо будет поспрашать. А, у меня есть пилотское приветствие еще, которое надо. И... Фига себе. Так, а если я забуду, я потом, если что... А, это дает мне плюсы какие-то, да, определенные. Да. Лимит улучшений повышается до 5. Здесь болевой порог. То есть это эти, типа, как улучшашки. Блин, я бы даже одну бы, может, и открыл бы. Так-то. Что там требуется еще раз? Мне нужно в эквилибристику хотя бы разок кинуть. Полезная ли дорога домой? Хороший вопрос. Здорово, Шира. Здорово, дружище. Одинокая дорога домой лимит улучшений повышает и... А, ну да, согласен, это можно забыть. Забыть за 1 очко? О, как. То есть, типа, открыть новое очко, забыть 1 очко. Чё за нафиг? То есть, как бы, какая разница, да, действительно, открывать новый или забыть? Лучше разблокировать тогда. Эмпатия по отношению к персонажу Ким Кицураги. Превосходно. Как наше ничего? Замечательно наше ничего. Спасибо, что спросил. Воскресенье вечер, но тем не менее не расстраиваемся, что завтра рабочий день. Вот. Так что играем, играем, пьем минералочку, наслаждаемся вечером. Наконец-то прошла летняя жара, господи, можно расслабиться и отдохнуть. Пусть будет пилотское приветствие. Беспощадная самокритика. Так, мне нужно качнуть эквилибристику, хотя бы на 1. Где моя эквилибристика? Вот она. Эквилибристика 3 будет 4. Поехали. Сейчас 2. От того, что поменялась погода с 30 плюс... Да, плюс 10. Плюс 10 это хорошо. Ты чё? Это вообще замечательная погода. Ну вот, что шмоток не было, это неприятно, соглашусь. Так, теперь раздеться догола. Всё. И у нас теперь, по идее, эквилибристика должна быть 4. 5. Не, 4. 4. Эквилибристика 4. Давай, братишка. Подожди, я сохранился? И сейчас, вот сейчас сохранился. Давай. С голой жопой наперевес. Есть. Победа. Десятку кинул.
Ankles tingling from the tension, blood roaring in your ears. You are ready for your rendezvous with the concrete pavement below. As the concrete floor welcomes you, you realize it's been a while since you felt so alive, alert, capable.
Hell yeah. My climbing might not have been as disco as your jump, but can we still get an aces high?
With your feet firmly planted on the concrete, the noise of the harbor rushes back in.
О, прикольно. Много бонусов дает этот плащик. Так, надо вернуть нашу чудо-одежу. Потому что мы выглядим сейчас не очень классно. Так. Угу. На самом деле я и сейчас как бы не то чтобы прям дико круто выгляжу. Как будто пиджака не хватает. Как будто бы. Но тем не менее, сейчас у меня довольно приличные. Авторитет внушения вяло. Зато электрохимия плюс 2 почему-то. Эквилибристика минус 2. Ну, это понятно. Штаны клеш дают минус 1. И туфли минус 1. По идее, если... ну понятно. Если купить спартачи какие-нибудь, вот с ними-то будет прям хорошо. Ты, главное, Шир не заболел с такой этой-то... Раз говоришь, теплых вещей-то не было. Здоровье-то береги. Здоровье надо беречь. В любой непонятной ситуации. Так, сбор дождевой воды. Что тут вообще есть? Вау, да тут много чего есть так-то. Гигантские машины. Я прям куда-то сейчас забрался в какие-то интересные дебря. Белые сосны, как будто заснеженный лес. Да уж, действительно. Куда ты меня ведешь? Это наверху. Ясно, понял. Денежка. Теперь надпись Квалсунд. Машины спят. Подожди, так это путь на верфь, что ли? Пермион. Сейчас. Ну да, это походу путь на верфь. Куда сейчас никто не может попасть, а я вот он какой классный, взял и попал. В такой пропасти исходит мускусный запах топлива и ржавчины. Пахнет как кровь. Окей, у меня всегда под рукою болторез и Фомочка. Оп! Перчатки от Фалн серии Ультра. Дает сумрак. Знать бы, что мне должно давать еще сумрак. Сейчас мне перчатки электрохимию дают. сумрак мне давала кто? Что это такое? Что такое сумрак? Первый солнечных размеров, пахнет горелым кофе. О, еще денежка. На статах, да, кстати, надо же на статах почитать. Сумрак, 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 сумрак. О, сумрак. Доверьтесь своему телу, запугивайте людей. А, это пугать людей. Надо ли мне пугать людей? То есть, типа, спортивные перчатки, благодаря которым можно просто всех... Молодой человек поет. Поговорим, друг.
Container, container, I'll turn you nice and red. Container, container, put the logos on.
The lyrics to this container song are being made up. The accent is so thick, it's impossible not to notice he's Ubi, from the vanishing peninsula of Ubisund on Muindi.
Container, container, used to be Wild Pines. Container, container, now belongs to Everard. Everard, 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 he looks after everyone. Huh? Well, hey there. How can I help you, mister? I see you are not a union man, mister. Did you get lost? You're not one of them scabs, are you? I mean, I don't personally mind. Folks is just folks, you know, and folks gotta eat. Just some of the other guys don't look too kindly on the scabbing kind, if you know what I mean, mister. Oh, most of the guys are down at the gates, keeping the scabs from coming in. We're on a strike. The whole union is. You don't have to work when you're on strike. Ha! We haven't worked for 2 months now.
So no one is working?
Not everyone is down there, of course. Mr. Everard is in his office, where he always is. And Jean-Luc is guarding the gate. But Titus and his boys got into some drunken trouble and Everard sent them on a nice vacation. For a week or so. Oh, I'm not really supposed to talk about that. That's union business. Him and his boys stirred up something in town. Probably drank too much and got into a fight or something. I heard Mr. Everett telling them to take some time off.
Вот и первые наши подозреваемые.
I guess the boys got a bit too rowdy and had to let out some steam. I don't really know the details. Well, that's just how boys are, you know. I haven't been in a fight since I was in middle school.
Easy, Leo. Let's keep this on the hearties.
Look at him. It's not going to be anything useful anyway. Don't fight it. Better to go with the flow.
I remember I was the runt of the class. The bigger boys always used to pick on me. You see, I had a bit of a temper back in the day. Flew off the handle like nobody, but Mr. Everett and his brother always came to help. Once they beat old Noel Becker so bad he needed stitches on his head. Noel never started another fight with any... Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar are real nice guys, mister. You should go talk to Mr. Everett. I'm sure you'll be good friends. He's friends with everyone around.
You're never getting anything useful out of him. It's good enough you found out Everard has a brother called Edgar, and he helped Leo.
Oh yes, born and raised in Irish, mister. Mum had to leave my dad after he got a bit violent. Took us here to the new world. I was about 10 then. Too old to lose my accent then. People say us Ubis are up to all sorts of trouble with sheep and other animals and whatnot. I just want you to know there was never any of that where I come from. No sir, those are just nasty rumors.
Как будто
Thank
меня
you
это так
for
сильно волнует.
clarifying that, sir.
Видите, это было важно.
Yes, yes. Everybody needs a job, and this is mine. I'm Leonard, by the way. Leonard Bellick. But everyone calls me Leo. I'm like Mr. Everett's right-hand man when Mr. Edgar is out of town. and Mr. Edgar's right-hand man when Mr. Everard is away. Actually, Miss Beaufort is the right-hand man, but she's a lady.
Who is this, Miss Beaufort?
A real pretty lady with a skin like those douce sucre candy bars my missus likes so much. Them are real nice to suckle on once the dinner is done and me and the missus sit down beside the radio. But I can't listen to the radio all the time. There's so much to do around here and I'm always busy keeping things...
Stay on this Miss Beaufort topic.
Oh, Lizzie, she is a real sharp tool. Mr. Everett put her through some fancy school and everything, east of the river. 4 years she was gone, and when she came back, she was all fancy and lawyerly.
He respects that word. That's obvious.
But she's a real nice girl. Grew up in this here neighborhood, knows everybody and gets along with everyone. Real pillar of... If me missus and me was to have a child, I'd be real happy if she turned out like her. But she can't have kids. Dr. Lemaitre said so. And she knows about such things. Been a doctor for almost 50 years she has.
So Everett trained a lawyer named Miss Beaufort. Interesting.
Ну да, я так и понял, что
Yes,
свой личный.
this place really seems to run like clockwork. Keep it up, Leo.
Well, thanks a lot. Coming from you, it means a lot, really. Sometimes I feel some of the guys don't really get how much I bust my ass for them here. But you guys are alright. Oh, that one. That should be empty as far as I know. Lots of containers here have nothing in them. They're just waiting to be loaded up. Oh, I'm just making some covers for them containers here. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. So it's easier for the crane operators to spot them. Sure, mister. About what? Bye-bye now. Oh, hey, mister. I knew you'd be back to talk with old Leo here. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. It's like Lady Larice said when she... No trouble at all, mister. Oh, I'm just making some covers for them containers.
The containers in the yard
Yeah.
are green in wild pines.
Бля, я так радуюсь всякий раз,
and
когда
the
удачные
mountains
проверки
rising
проходят.
behind Leo
Это жуть.
is all red in Union colors.
Wild Pines, а у левой спины красные цвета профсоюза.
It's like some red infection was spreading outwards from the There appear to be cisterns underneath the Union container covers.
Yes, they are hiding it from the inside. All the red containers have the Debarders Union logo on them.
No, not really. Mr. Everett doesn't tell me all the big things. Says I go and tell them to everyone. Oh, I don't know, mister. They say it's some chemicals. Most of them have labels on them, I think. Oh, no trouble at all, mister. No trouble at all. Oh, you want Mr. Everett then? He's an awfully nice fellow, he is. Him and his brother are both nice fellows. They've lived their entire lives in this here neighborhood. Guys like Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar, his brother, are real good guys. Made Martinez what it is today. Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar and I went to the same school we did when we were boys. Oh, Mr. Everett is where he always is. In his office, of course.
Окей. То есть это, видимо, вот сюда и дальше. Так, я все-таки хочу дособираться в своей текущей локации, в которой я там есть. Ну, замечательно. Я, получается, сейчас сумел найти вход на погрузочную. Тут фигня.
A rusting control panel with several knobs. 2 buttons marked Marsh and Arrête are faded with use. It seems to control the large crane. Marsh. On. Arrête. Off.
Не хотелось бы пока ничего нажимать. Хотя мы сделаем сейв. На случай, если мы что-то прям поломаем.
Marsh. On.
Давай
Arrête
нажать
with a loud
марш.
grind. The crane shifts overhead, moving a massive metal container through the air.
Оу. Оу. Оу.
And with a surprisingly quiet, the harbor sleeps as the strike rages in the distance. The crane can rest again, now that its purpose. The rusty control panel grows warm to the... A faint smell of burning rubber reaches your nostril.
I can't see how that was worth the ruckus, except for seeing the crane in action, which I admit was satisfying.
Before you stands a cargo container, just one of many in the...
Ты что-то там заметил вроде, да? Во-во-во-во. Получает фьорд китов.
Before you stand...
You do? Because I don't. There are a million containers here. Why are you fixating on this one? It's a cargo container, detective, just like all the others. We're not here to interact with containers. We are here to interview the union boss.
No reply. The knock produces a hollow ring of metal. Doesn't sound like there's anything inside. You attempt to turn the handle to know it. To your left, the lieutenant considers your actions with some puzzlement.
3%. Убедить дверь открыться за счет риторики. Серьезно? Нет, спасибо. Как-нибудь потом. Это интересное решение, конечно.
This is the night watchman's booth. The name on the door reads, René Arnaud.
If you must. But please hurry. We are pretty easy to spot up here.
Nothing incriminating catches your eye. The cabinets are clean and their sparse contents meticulously organized. There's a framed... It's a black and white photo of a young couple out in a street fair. The man, René, is dressed in a Royal Carabinier uniform. The girl is young and very pretty.
Why did you take that picture of René? You're really interested in that old soldier. Not sure I understand your fascination, but sure. As long as it doesn't take a...
Отлично. Оу, как тут много всего.
An imposing combination of a punch clock and a payphone is looking down at you from the wall. A note on the side says, tokens unavailable.
Мне пока звонить некуда, я не вижу смысла этим заниматься. Задница на подушке. Книга краткое описание инфраматериализма. Открытка. Ух, открытки собираю. Кофемашины. Ученый. Конторский шкаф. Что в туалете здесь? О, магний. Как раз я потратил чуть-чуть магния. Аккуратные офисные темные очки. Визуальный анализ. Но я потеряю в драме, да? А сколько у меня драмы? Это, по-моему, в психике, да? Нет, это в интеллекте. Визуальный анализ поднимется на неведанные высоты. Ну, пока надевать не будем ничего, потому что, ну, зачем нам это?
On second glance, someone has forgotten to properly close.
It's unfortunate for the union to just leave their paperwork lying around like...
The drawer opens smoothly. Inside is hundreds of documents containing logistical data. Two kinds of transactions stand out. Materials coming into Revachol from the outside world, from Muindi, and the same materials being handed over to companies inside Revachol. Kuron, Coal City, La Delta, and Jamrock are listed among the many districts where the imports. It's hard to make sense of this thicket of company names, dates, quantities, and percentages. You try to focus, but the drawer slides.
Так.
The file cabinet stands steady as ever. Whatever's hidden
Yes.
here is hidden well. Concentration isn't enough. Only a trained accountant with a background in logistics would be able to really make sense of it. However, there is a little handwritten note stuck on the side of the
Припши к
drawer.
стенке ящик. Секундочку. И тут что-то расследуем. Вот тут только находишь какой-то новый уголочек на локации, и все, сразу появляется огромное количество разной интересной штуки.
It appears to be a to-do list written in large. Remember, Leo, Everard's shoes, special whirling borscht, water Everard's plants, sweep office floor, more banners. All items on the list have been crossed out, and the note itself is crumpled.
Everard Clare, probably. The head of the Debarders Union. Leo must have left it. Nothing incriminating.
The special borscht seems a bit odd in the list.
Особый борщ.
What
Да,
is so
согласен.
special about this borscht? Code for drugs? Remember, Leo, Everard, all items on
Ну
the
ладно,
drawer
окей.
slides.
Особый борщ штука интересная, конечно, но... Дэвид, так, ага. Как написано, каждой работе член правления. Требуем демократии. Да, конечно, господи. Похоже, придется все-таки говорить с председателем профсоюза. Вот это я забрался. То есть, типа, пока не поговоришь с председателем профсоюза, хрен мне, а не выход. Ну что ж, ладно, окей. Забрался я, конечно. Давай низкий гул. Хорошо. Я бы Лео спросил про особый борщ, если честно. Мне просто интересно, что за особый борщ?
Oh, hey, mister. I knew you'd be back. No trouble at all, mister. No trouble at all. It's like that old saying goes. Oh, yes, yes. I leave all kinds of notes for myself. That old head of mine ain't so good at keeping things in no more. I almost forgot about the borscht.
Какой борщ? Повара? Ну, припоминаю, он там какой-то интересный.
Oh, yes. I've been taking special whirling borscht to the men every day since the strike started.
Да,
It's
борщ это
very,
особый.
very good. Makes a man feel so warm and happy. I feel like I could take on Mr. Renadan's boar dogs every time the lunch is done.
Power borscht, huh? Never heard of a borscht that turns little guys into dogfighters. Alcohol, however.
Yes, yes. I'm taking it to them. The borscht keeps them happy and in fighting spirits. Makes you all warm inside. They brew it in the whirling in rags. Oh, sure, mister. Sure.
He didn't actually understand what you meant.
Ну что ж, ладно. Мне интересно, да, честно, про борщ выяснить. Где руководитель? И в огромном термосе, еще теплый. Лестница из поддонов ведет вверх. А, вот и руководитель, собственно говоря, да? А, это лесенка. Чучело рыбы, из которого сделали часы. Мне нравится, что получается модель руководителя целиком как бы едино вместе со столом. Ну, то есть ты наводишь на него, она выделяется. Хорошо, сохранюсь. Я такое же видел, по-моему, в первом Fallout, что ли. Там есть персонаж, обычно все персонажи это просто, ну, типа, стоящие неписи, с которыми ты общаешься, и если надо будет, дерешься. А был персонаж, который, да, из себя представляет модель, это вот просто, типа, человек, сидящий за столом. И там даже, когда его убиваешь, у него анимация смерти, как он со столом умирает. Ладно, заговорился маленько. Он прикольный. Здорово.
With great effort, he straightens himself up in his chair, yet says nothing. He simply...
Welcome, Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi. It's good of you two to stop by. Please, have a seat.
Я Гарри Дюбуа. Ну, я вряд ли Гарри Кицураги. Он, наверное, обращался к Киму Кицураги. Я Гарри Дюбуа. Отлично.
I'm Everard Clare, head of the Debarders Union here in Martinez. I'd offer you my hand, but unfortunately my health prevents me from getting up. You understand?
He looks extremely comfortable. The tiny folding chair, on the other hand, looks like a torture device.
You go ahead, detective.
Whatever he has in store for you, it can't be good, he thinks. I'll do my best. Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that name.
Please, Mr. Dubois, let us converse in a civilized manner, as equals. Take a seat. I insist. Excellent,
Ладно,
Mr.
окей.
Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another. So tell me, how can the head of the Debarders Union help a representative of the Revachol Citizens Militia today?
The chair you're sitting on has got to be the most uncomfortable chair in the world. It's violating your backside.
То есть, если бы у меня сейчас была всего одна жизнь, последняя, то получается, что я бы умер на стуле, потому что он неудобный. Сука. Не, серьезно, умереть от разрыва сердца, пытаясь поднять галстук, который там застрял на вентиляторе потолочном, это еще одно. Но умереть во время допроса на неудобном стуле, это просто... Что ироничного, Володь? Мне не дали выбор. Стул был только один. И, судя по всему, он явно не самый удобный. То есть я предполагаю, что были выбраны пики точеные. Да.
By the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Gart. Some people have no manners, it pains me to say.
Лоуренс Гард — это кто? Это владелец этого ресторанчика, вот этого, ну, кафешки и отеля.
This should take care of that nonsense. It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with a cafeteria manager. Go ahead, take it.
Wow, that's 25 real.
Ah.
That's good money. You need it.
25. Можно, иди нах. Можете взять... Нет, ну это слишком...
Yes, I know Lawrence. He's a real character. No union man in him. A real piece of work, that boy is.
With a grin, he points to the checker game. It's like you're on a game show. At least don't thank him for it.
Ну, я-то возьму, потому что, ну, деньги как бы штука такая.
Don't mention it. But also, don't forget it. I'm just kidding, of course.
He's not.
Now,
Он не шутит,
I'd
да.
like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun. Let me assure you, Union people are on it as we speak. I've got my best hounds looking for that lost gun.
Гарри, блядь. Как? Ладно разбросать одежду по номеру. Я даже готов был тебе в целом простить записнушку в мусорке. Ну, блин, серьезно, куртка висящая на... Слушай, ну раз он ищет наш пистолет, то либо он очень хорошо осведомлен, либо мы здесь были, либо в этом районе. Скорее всего, как-то, ну я не знаю, мы здесь обитали, потому что откуда здесь куртка-то? Нет, он просто все знает, да? Происходящее в порту и рядом с ним. Ну
His
ладно, хорошо.
slug-like lips move, but all you hear is an echo. Lost gun, lost gun, lost gun. The world is swallowed by a black
Боевой
hole
дух.
of fear. Only 2 words escape. When he said, "Don't worry," he actually meant, "Be very worried."
I know everything, Harry. Right now, I know that you're worried. Don't be worried. Everything's going to be all right. It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing it into their own mouths. It's in a safe place. I just know it.
Ой,
I have a
что-то мне
feeling
ты не
everything's going to be
нравишься.
all right.
It was loaded. There were 2 bullets in it. You always keep at least 2 barrels loaded.
Сука. У меня... Да.
Officer, we will deal with this later. We don't need Mr. Clare's help.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
То есть я... Бляха-муха, я обязательно должен проходить эту проверку.
Who does this guy think you are? Ronnie the Rookie?
О!
You ain't
Как?
got no lost gun, or unpaid bill, or forgotten name. You're the
Как?
bad cop.
Как это работает?
More corrupt than him.
8%. Я, сука, пробрасываю говно на 72%, на 83%. 8%! 8! Ладно. Рандом, да. Рандом. Да, надо идти лотерейку покупать срочно, бежать. Это мы
Fuck
поутре.
yes. You're part of the old guard, the ancient guard, the most corrupt, unholy cops in the land. Chill out like the black dragon you are. The fat man does the same, sinking deeper into his chair than one would think is physically possible. He seems to be enjoying your little good. Now lean in with some corruption.
That we do, Harry. Let them say what they will about you and me. We're both born fighters. Why, thank you. It's always nice when a fellow professional appreciates your work.
That's it. Now kick back and add a final flourish for dignity.
You strike me as a reasonable man, Harry. I like that in a law man. Let's cut to the chase, shall we? What can...
I think we'd like to ask you a few questions. Don't you think so, Detective?
Да, конечно.
Whatever you do, Don't ask him about the gun first. You don't want him thinking you're scared.
Я расследую подозрительные вайбы.
Harry, honestly, I'm just relieved you didn't get a hernia. A man your age.
Да.
The big man peers at you over the rims of his glasses for a
Anyway, I assure you, I am a very well-informed man. Information reaches me before I even get the chance to request it. Of course, let us dispatch with the formalities. You call me Everard, I call you Harry. My God, so it's true. I didn't want to believe it, but you are a fantastic science fiction amnesiac cop, aren't you? What are the odds of that?
I think the odds of that are very low.
It might be a good idea to hide your confusion. I mean, see what his game is first.
I assure you, there's nothing to be ashamed of, Harry. You're among friends, and the good news is... I have a big fat folder on you, Harry. I'm sure you have a lot of questions to ask. I'm sure you had some concerns you thought I might be able to address. And you were probably right. I can.
It's just a brown folder. You can't make out what's written on it.
Are you trying to tell me you've gotten hold of some of our documents?
Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind? Me and Harry are talking about his lost identity right now.
Don't just jump to the folder. That's not smart. Shows you're on the edge. Do some probing first.
Ну, после успеха на 8%, я думаю, меня ждет не успех при 72%. Это как бы вполне логично. Угу.
Ah, this? My friends in your organization gave it to me, Harry.
This translates into, haha, you guys are so
I find that very suspicious. May
I'm afraid this is meant for union eyes only, Mr. Kitsuragi. I'm sure you understand. Please continue, Harry.
83. Прям вот мы приближаемся к успеху, но все равно, сука, кинем говном. Ух, ладно, давайте попробуем. Почему бы нет?
As you look at the folder, Everard covers it with his
Я не
hand
могу, у
and
меня
says,
сердце будет... Надо в следующий раз заготовиться этим валерьяной и корвалолом, потому что так бросать кубики в этой игре, если это постоянно, я не выдержу. У меня сердечко тормознется. Не из РГМ. Была в картотеке.
Okay, Harry, you got me. This is from the Census Bureau, not the RCM. Those Census Bureau people are absolutely corrupt. You should do something about them.
He got the name from the Census Bureau, and everything else from your actions here in Martinez.
Yes, Mr. Kitsuragi from the Census Bureau. Like I said, now I'm actually a very busy man. So is there anything else I can do for you, Harry?
That means he doesn't really know anything about you. A pity. The mystery of you will have to...
Yes, that's what I said. Try to keep up, okay? Let's move on.
Хорошо.
Oh, of course. That's your main thing here. That's why you're in Martinez. I know everything that goes on around here, and I would love to discuss it with you. I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. Honestly, it's been weighing on me so heavily. I understand you need to interview me. But there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, if we could just calmly talk, exchange information, we could blow this thing wide open.
Yes, that sounds good. Let's do that.
But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. You're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door-opening machines, incredibly talented at opening doors. And I'm sure you're going to open this one with flying colors, Harry. This really is...
An excellent opportunity presents itself, sire. You could win the trust of the arch-liar, pretend to play into his hand. Then, should you wish, bend his efforts towards your own.
Harry, I'm a very busy man, and more importantly, I don't have that extraordinary physique you do. You look like you could run around all day.
You want to send someone a message that the police are working for you.
I repeat, I'm a very, very busy man, Mr. Kitsuragi, and therefore I must occasionally enlist outside help. Oh, no one's. It's just a weasel. A weasel lives there. Nothing for you to worry about. A loud blabbering weasel. When weasels feel no one is watching, they start acting foolishly. Just go there, unlock the door, and leave it open. It's been such a burden on me, Harry. I just want this to be over so I can discuss business with you.
Не понимаю, чего ты от меня хочешь.
Harry, my dear friend, I am what people call a local bigwig. I know everything that goes on in Martinez. Fantastic, my friend. Just let me know when it's done and we can take up. You can get the key from Manana. He's down by the gates. Manana's like a free agent in the Union. Special operations. Hardened socialist. A real free thinker too. He'll tell you precisely where the door is. One last thing, Harry. Just open the door. You don't need to go in or anything. I just want that weasel to come home and see the unlocked door. I don't know what that means, Harry. Shady brew. There are so many moving parts in my operation. You know what? Don't even tell me. Whatever it is, do it. Surprise me. Just one thing. If you can, make it even shadier.
He sincerely has no idea what you were talking about. And
Что ж,
he
я тоже так
doesn't care
чувствую.
either.
Oh, that's very nice. I haven't gotten around to her yet. I'm very, very busy, you see. I hope you're getting along. One thing I want to make very clear, Harry, is that this is not some kind of union versus corporation situation. Yes, we're all trying to do what's best
Конечно,
for
вы друзья,
Martinez.
кто бы сомневался.
Don't feel like you shouldn't work with her just because you and I are such good friends. I'm not a jealous guy. What do you mean, Harry? Nothing. I let him go. He's an old man, Harry. I wanted him to spend more time with his family. God knows how long he's got left. Harry! I have little people in my organization. I would never call someone a mid... Honestly, I'm beginning to think you're a midget, Harry. I'm only kidding, Harry. You're not a midget. No one is. We're pals. If she actually wants to see me, she will find a way. Any good negotiator would. And I just...
He doesn't want to see her. It's as simple as that.
Логично.
Of course, Harry. Let me just assure you one more time. It's perfectly okay to share anything we discuss here with this. I have no interest in what she is doing, but I myself have nothing to hide. Your business is your business, and I respect your privacy. Just remember, none of this. Tell her about all of it. My brother's picture, my singing swordfish clock. Tell her how overweight I am and how I'm helping you find your lost gun. Tell her about everything.
It is rather interesting to tell people things about each
Ясно.
other, isn't it? It was nice telling him.
Yes, your lost gun. My best men are on it. They're turning every stone, searching every playground, asking kids, Grandma, your gun will be found, Harry. Let me assure you of that. It's just...
The only way to find it seems to be working with him. He might even be holding your gun hostage.
Ну, у меня тоже такая мысль. Он-то знает, где пистолет.
Damn it, Harry. That's exactly what it means. I'm only kidding, of course.
Of course. I understand. We help you, you help us.
А, ну, собственно говоря, помощь ты уже запросил. Ну, ладно.
My dear Harry, there are literally millions of containers in this harbour. I couldn't possibly remember what's in all of them. Harry, you smooth-talking son of a bitch. Time is a precious resource, and I don't have enough of it to count containers with you.
Smooth talking. Maybe that's the way to go about opening the container. You should at least try.
Wait. You need this to get in and out through the gate. Here, you're one of us now. A real red and white union man.
Да.
Rigorous self-critique. Here it is. Hard facts from the man you are. You once jerked off in the locker room and were caught.
Важная
You
информация, да.
held a young woman by the arm and kept her in your apartment for 20 minutes against her will. That's right. These are not flights of fancy. These are real deeds, Harry, emerging from the darkness of your past. You tried shooting a fleeing suspect in the foot, but hit him in the pelvis, crippling him for life. And, above all, you let life defeat you. All the gifts your parents gave you, all the love and patience of your friends, you drowned in a neurotoxin.
А, беспощадная самокритика, наконец-то это. Нифига себе там. Неудачные красные проверки восстанавливают 1 единицу боевого духа. Неудачные красные проверки... Ага. А, типа теперь я от неудачных проверок смогу получать плюхи. Ну ладно, хорошо. Видимо. Так, огромный рекламный. Ломбард не сдать. То есть это просто чек на 25 реалов, который я могу потратить только в одном месте. Что за проблема с графикой немножко? Как будто бы. Ну ладно, хорошо. Наконец-то мы поговорили. Время 8 вечера. Работает. А это что за интересные дела? Что за бабенки? Что за качок?
Your body betrays your degeneracy.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
Are you admiring my morphophysiology? It must be frightening to stand in the shadow of this racial pinnacle. Be calm, Sandwich. You are not in danger because you are not a threat to me. That is precisely the negligence that has led you to succumb to Al-Ghul. You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al-Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick.
Алгуль это в смысле алкоголь?
No, you don't. You need to get another drink. Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the ham sandwich race is what.
Does this remind you of someone? The guy down there?
Begging for help. Attempting to pass fear for cooperation. How far the Occidental Haplogroup has fallen. You were once a noble. You gave the world eugenics, electricity, and powerful weapons of war like missiles and aerostatic
несет?
aircraft. You made great gain. You dominated lesser cultures, like the deformed Hemians and the inexplicably potato-obsessed Khoikos. But now your ascent to the genetic summit has halted. You will be superseded.
It is, baby, yeah. You know it.
Enough with this begging. You should leave the stage of history with dignity. Bring your troops to the Simonine Islands and to Boogie Street, and we will pulverize you. When you are gone, we will be. The walls will be lined with bottles of Al-Ghul, your beloved beverage. Inside, we will store the odes to homosexuality you call art.
You could internalize Measurehead's race theory. It would enrich you rhetorically. Well, not as such. What you do with the mastery of advanced race theory is up to you. You could reject the findings, sure, or accept them and become an advanced
Дать ему
racist.
кружку.
He does not so much as glance at the object.
Stop showing me your pathetic cup.
He had nothing to do with it.
Кстати, он обтатуированный. Почему бы действительно не спросить про татуировки?
Racists are generally not very good examples of their race.
Welcome to Revachol. You hear him yell at a redhead woman visiting the fritter. He must think redheads are immigrants.
I am not like them. I am craniometric perfection. I have taken the trouble to permanently draw a phrenologic grid on my skull and feet.
The drawings are precise and look true to their pseudo-scientific ambitions. One thing, however, it is not entirely free of throwbacks in the phylogenetic tree. His large jaw, for example, could be a trait indicative of criminalism. Also, his earlobes could be small.
Такуна хотя бы что-то понятное говорит. Этот так говорит витиевато. И его почему-то окружают женщины. Я думал, женщины наоборот любят мужчин попроще. А он просто какой-то... Я не понимаю его теорию, да. Ну, не быть тебе в числе фанаток этого головомера. Что я могу сказать?
That atavistic stigmata makes pussy say yes, plenty.
Babe, thanks. But I got this. Don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. The race enigma runs much deeper than that. Mr. Clare is a man of vision and means. He has the will to confront international
Согласись.
something
Ну,
always
да, это лучше с ним соглашаться, потому что это как спорить с горой, блин. Можешь ее хоть 200 раз обматерить, толку ноль. Реальному капиталу, чего так не смогли. Единственный четвертый вариант.
Idiotic communism is the single greatest contributor to your race descent. Everywhere around you. The fruits of its failure to challenge the world order. Individualism, rock and roll music, above all,
Да, я понял.
rampant multinational finance still reigning large. Tell me, where have you gotten your love of pathetic communism from? Degenerate youth culture? Rock and roll music? Offshoots of the Seminoles people invented disco while having sex under the influence of cocaine. It is a shame upon my... I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory of the Seminoles race. The South Island race, haplogroup A4A. We are the rightful masters of the Insulindian archipelago. We descend from the Areopagites of ancient Pericarnassus, and we are the future. That is all you... I am a descendant. The narrow streets of Ulimbuir are with me in my genetic dreams. I see young Seminoles women walk into the grey mass on Ile de Fantôme, waiting on immaculate conception from good.
Понятно.
Go ahead. Don't be shy. Just ask for race secrets.
Две однерки! 73% вероятность успеха. 2 однерки! Хоть бы 2-3 выпало. Ну, блядь. Дайте я поплачу. Сейчас.
That's understandable. Jean-Luc Measurehead is a sage and an intellectual giant of race theory. Who are you? Handmade. As you turn, a bright light catches your eye, making you squint. From a distant sunset, a stage light, flash photography, nowhere in particular. It's just what superstar law officers do. They squint at lights and they solve shit. What are you? Deaf? They're perfect. Like rockstar politician and drug addicted teacher. Embrace the superstardom you've worked so hard to establish.
Да.
Yeah, you have. You're a big dick cop. Dick mine. Salam Rocky Baye. Badass on the edge disco cop. Time to recede into a ludicrous fantasy world. Here we go. Camera. Lights. Yeah, you know. Beneath it is just heartbreak. A pulmonary tract infection. Atherosclerotic disease. This is where you say action and reconstruct. This is the beginning of your legend.
К черту
With a sudden
мотор.
flash, the world freezes around you, and you along with it. In an iconic
Ага, то есть ты не дашь мне пройти туда. Окей. Жопошник.
You escape now? I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, let us cop for less money. Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the Wild North? Come to see the strife? A key, huh? What door is this key supposed to open? Of course, I got you. You don't know anything. I got that key right here. And let me tell you, it's mighty good of you to help us out during the strike. Working class solidarity, as they say. Oh, so the none of the above type, are you? I get it, I get it. I like to keep my distance too. But it doesn't matter. What you're looking for is a basement door behind the greenhouse. That's behind
Подвал
the
за
Whirling
теплицей.
Rhine. That's all I know. Our organization is what you
знаю
call
такую дверь.
compartmentalized. Means we keep out of each other's business.
Okay, but where did you get the key from?
The janitor gave it to me. Nice fella. We talked about life and things that really, truly matter. None of this mess we're in. This jiving and juggling. What's it for? To feed our children, I guess. I'm more of a philosophical dock worker. I like to talk about the big picture stuff. Who I am, who you are, what...
He means he's not going to tell you cause he doesn't know. But he will shoot his mouth off with you now that you're working for Everard.
We're negotiating our share. Aye. This stuff, they already covered. Never grateful. Were we ever grateful, we'd have nothing. You fight for every piece. All of it. However, right now we want all the harbor workers to be on the company's board, so they could take part in the decision-making process.
This seditious talk sounds like communism. Just so we're on the same page, communism is basically wanting to kill the rich people or deporting them to a labor camp in southeast Grad.
I think it's best you make up your own mind now that you've met him. In my eyes, he is a capable organizer and a decent businessman.
Да, пожалуй.
I guess you kind of get to be the village chief. He oversees the harbor, makes deals with the owners or other relevant parties. Watch yourself.
By that, you mean corruption?
By heavens, why would he not be corrupt? We live in a harsh and disordered world, see? And in this, the old man is corrupt for our benefit, and we know it. Appreciate it even. He is, personally, not too lavish. He is reasonably lavish, sure. That's his prerogative. It's not like you want a saintly demeanor on a corrupt motherfucker. That would... Besides, there are no non-corrupt systems in the world anyway. And moralism is the most corrupt of them.
This man has political theory, and it has not failed him today.
Sure thing.
This was great. You feel mentally reinvigorated.
The mercenary, eh? Who could have killed him? That's indeed the question. Why even do such a thing? What a thought! Why would noble workers resort to such a thing? Unless they were pushed, of course. Your dead guy was an enemy combatant. He was an agent of the opposition, attempting to undermine our honorable efforts. I ain't the murdering type, but that's just me. Large organizations like our union have all sorts of men, with all sorts of skill.
He's not lying about not doing it.
Understood. This has been of limited use. Still, thank you.
No problem. I wish the best to you in your search. Sure, I'm glad it's not my search.
Слушай, он честный, по крайней мере. Ну, выглядел таковым. Время 8:30, слушайте. Нормально мы так. Пофанились. Скоро уже можно будет и укладываться, да, я так понимаю. О! Вечерний тусич. Нифига тут народу. Блин, была бы у меня кассетка, можно было бы сейчас как устроить.
The man ponders his cooking utensils and gives you a little nod, acknowledging your presence. The mention of mañana gets his attention. He smiles and delivers a whole slew of unfamiliar words. The man says a couple of sentences in that strange language of his and then seems to wait for you. I'm pretty sure he asked you a question. He doesn't know your language. You can just say something cool in return.
Да.
Boss need more vodka?
Okay, so it's vodka that keeps the men happy and in good spirits. Clever move by the...
Ранцы Кубик — это местный, в смысле, русский мужик. Ну, блин, понятно, раз борщи варит, еще и с водкой.
Of course, vodka. Now that makes a very, very special. Turning it up seems like a dangerous idea. Honestly, the place is a powder keg. The cook gives you a long, disappointed look, then turns the stove off and seems to wait for you to speak.
Типа, я разгадал особый борщ. Отлично. Ладно. Превосходно. И там не дали еще очков? Нет, не дали чуть-чуть. У меня новая мысль появилась. Суперзвезда какая-то. Как-то на удивление простая оказалась разгадка с борщом. Ну, в смысле, у меня сразу была мысль, что походу это, ну, плещет там что-то, да, какие-то там сомнительного вида жидкости. Это оказалась обычная водка, господи. Я-то надеялся там какая-нибудь кокаинум и прочее. А не, он просто... Кстати, на водке, я знаю точно, уху готовят. Ну, то есть добавляют в уху водку. Но, опять же, пока он там варится, она же испарится, так что... Хрен его знает, какая с этого вообще польза. И тем не менее, 2 часа пролетели, неплохо продвинулись по сюжету даже. В прошлый раз как-то я больше ходил из угла в угол, искал какие-то зацепки для того, чтобы продвинуться дальше, и все на самом деле не то чтобы очень хорошо прошло. А тут прям даже очень неплохо. Еще я посмотрел на 2 ужасающих броска. Один бросок с 8% вероятностью успеха, который увенчался успехом, и второй бросок с 83% вероятностью успеха, где я выбросил 2 единицы. Вот это я понимаю броски кубиков. Все-таки бросать кубики явно не мое. Уж сколько я играю в настольные игры, и я понял, что рука у меня кубики бросать вообще не умеет. Это прям, да, это надо... Мне нужно какое-то устройство другое. Точнее, нужно, чтобы кто-то за меня кидал. Тогда, наверное, вот успех будет. В любом случае, спасибо большое всем, кто посидел. Вот, был рад видеть. Подписывайтесь, забегайте на стримы. Всегда рад видеть, всегда рад пообщаться. Следующий у нас стримец, скорее всего, будет по Дездору уже. Вот, также, наверное, 2 стрима по Дездору. Там, тем более, нам осталось относительно немного, мы там скоро пройдем. Вот, и вернемся к Диско Элизиуму. А после Дездора у нас что-нибудь еще будет. Обязательно. Куда же без этого? Да, Володенька, пока, хорошо тебе отдохнуть. Все, всех люблю.